Prince Harry and Meghan Markle then publicly wished Prince Charles a happy birthday. It's possible that Harry chose to wish his father a happy birthday privately. At this point, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry breaking royal traditions is expected. However, that doesn't mean that we are a little surprised every time they do. Harry's dad, Prince Charles, celebrated his birthday on November the 14th. The royal family sent him public well wishes, but two of his family members were noticeably absent, Meghan and Harry. The Sun first pointed out how the royal family's Instagram account shared a post in honor of Prince Charles, wishing the Prince of Wales a very happy birthday today. The caption read, Kate Middleton and Prince William also shared a post of Prince Charles, writing, wishing a very happy birthday to His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales. With these public statements, it's easy to notice that Meghan and Harry didn't make a public statement as well. In their defense, they did close their Sussex Royal Instagram account in March, so they will not be able to share a similar post. But they've been active in the media, so if they wanted to wish Prince Charles a happy birthday publicly, they could have. It's much more likely they chose to reach out to him in private, but it is one more example of Meghan and Harry's separation from the royal family. As time passes, there will be more occasions when their behavior will be different from other royal members. Kate and Prince William will continue to adhere to the requirements of senior royals in England, while Harry and Meghan will continue make a new home in the United States. The only question how that will continue to affect Harry's relationship with his father, Prince Charles. Despite some obvious parallels, Meghan Markle is not Princess Diana. The two women had very different experiences in the royal family. There's a scene in the 4th season of The Crown where, after Princess Diana reveals her profound unhappiness in her marriage to Prince Charles, the Queen, Princess Margaret, Princess Anne, and the Queen Mother discuss Diana's struggle to fit into the royal family. At first, the Queen gives Diana the benefit of the doubt. We are rather a tough bunch in this family. We don't give out much praise or love or thanks. Perhaps someone like Diana is the best place to connect with the modern world. And isn't that how the crown survives and stays relevant, by changing with the times? She questions the group. But the Queen Mother is not so sympathetic. Diana is an immature little girl who in time will give up her struggles, give up her fight, and bend as Philip did, as they all do. And when she bends, she will fit, she says. And if she doesn't bend, what then? Questions the Queen. She'll break, Margaret answers rather precisely. It's a scene that, with a few tweaks, could have easily been set decades later about Diana's daughter-in-law, Meghan Markle. When Harry and Meghan announced their engagement in 2017, the media narrative sounded quite a bit the Queen's words in The Crown. Simply by joining the royal family, Meghan, a feminist, biracial American divorcee, would help to modernize the centuries-old institution. People have had never felt represented by the royals could relate to her for the first time by the association, the monarchy as a whole. The fact that she was different was a benefit and hope, but anyone who has followed the Sussex story knows Meghan's time in the royal family, like Diana's, has hardly been a fairy tale. Stepping into the blinding royal spotlight and then choosing to step out of it can't be easy, no matter who you are, and there are plenty of parallels between Meghan and Diana's stories, some of which are played up in this season of The Crown, but the two women should not be conflated. It's important to recognize the nuance in each of the situations. The age difference. To start with, Diana was still a teenager when she accepted the proposal from Prince Charles, a man 12 years her senior, whom she didn't know well at all. A part-time nursery teacher with no university degree, Diana immediately went from a life of relative obscurity to being one of the most famous women in the world, the future Queen of the United Kingdom. In contrast, Meghan had built her own career by the time she even met Prince Harry. She had previous relationships, and while she was not necessarily a household name, she was familiar with being in the public eye and had experience dealing with the press. That doesn't necessarily mean Meghan was prepared for royal life, but her eyes were open to the world in a way Diana's were not, and Meghan was not marrying the heir to the throne, but instead a younger brother. It's highly unlikely that she would ever become queen, and in a family where hierarchy is at its core, the import of that birth order is critical. Treatment by the press. Prince Harry had also been quick to draw conclusions between how Meghan has been depicted in the media and what happened to his mother. Even was writing, "My deepest fear is history repeating itself. I've seen what happens when someone I love is commoditized to the point they're no longer treated or seen as a real person. I lost my mother, and now I watch my wife falling victim to the same powerful forces." Emma Corrin, who plays Princess Diana in The Crown, said something similar in Town and Country's November cover story. "You just want to shake these tabloids and say, 'Can't you see history repeating itself?'" the actress said. But that argument flattens the incredible complex, somewhat symbiotic relationship the royals have with the press and how it has changed over the past few decades. No one can deny that Diana endured, and Meghan continues to deal with unrelenting scrutiny from the media. Diana was one of the first modern celebrities, and the appetite for photos of the princess was unyielding. Editors could not get enough of her. Ian Dawn, a former Daily Mirror picture editor, once told Time, "But her death brought on change in the UK, a real shift in expectations of privacy for the royals and what constitutes harassment from the photographers." As such, Meghan was not hounded by paparazzi on the street during her time as a working royal, but she did face racist headlines and particularly vicious online abuse, to the point that the royal family had to recalibrate their approach to policing comments on social media. That racism is significant and fundamentally different from what Diana went through. To equate these two women's story is to erase that. Living royal life. But perhaps the biggest divergence of all between Meghan and Diana's experiences was revealed in how they left the royal family. In January of 2020, Meghan and Harry announced their plan to step back from the roles as working royals, and they moved across the world, eventually settling in Los Angeles. They left public royal life without entirely leaving the spotlight, just as Diana did when she divorced Prince Charles. But Meghan left with Harry, her biggest champion. The endings are not the same, and that makes all the difference. Prince William told to take a leave from Harry's book and call off royal family role. Prince William has been told to follow Prince Harry's example and leave the royal family by the CEO of the Republic. Republic is an organization that campaigns to abolish the monarchy and to replace Queen Elizabeth II with a democratic elected head of state. Graham Smith told express.co.uk that Prince Charles and Prince William will not have the same level of support as Queen Elizabeth II in the role of the head of the monarchy. Mr. Smith said it might be an idea for William to take a leaf out of his brother's book and walk away, for Prince William to call this whole thing off. I'm not sure William or Charles are going to carry the support that the Queen has. That is going to cause them all sorts of headaches in the future. They want to be able to go around saying what they want to say, but that is not how it works. Maybe now it is time for all to walk away. However, royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliam said that Prince Charles and Prince William's leadership of the monarchy will need to be different from the Queen's as the royal family evolves through times. Mr. Fitzwilliams told express.co.uk each monarch rules according to convention, with the role to be advised. Obviously, Charles and subsequently William will rule at different times. The Queen ascended the throne in 1952 in a very different era. One of the strengths of the monarchy is the way it adapts as an institution. Recently, we have seen Charles acclaimed as the next head of the Commonwealth, which was not automatic. The abolition of primogeniture and senior royals marrying for love. The royals have adapted to the age of social media very well, and the way they have communicated virtually during the pandemic has been highly significant too. No monarch can say what they want to. He continued, Charles's work as Prince of Wales has been an activist in his invaluable charitable endeavours like the Prince's Trust, which has just helped his millionth disadvantaged young person or amazing. He knows being a king is a totally different job.